Right now at noon, details on a fatal crash that claimed the life of a child.
And we have a beautiful afternoon, but rain is on the way.
Plus, President Trump targets the movie industry as his latest source of potential tariffs.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowe. A 23-month-old girl from Joplin dies in a crash near Goodman, Missouri on I-49 Saturday evening. I-49 traffic was detoured for 4 hours as the patrol's major crash investigation unit gathered data, analyzed and mapped the scene. Troopers say a Honda Accord struck the rear of a tractor trailer that was stopped on the interstate. At that time, traffic was halted because of dogs in the road and deputies were attempting to catch them. The 22-year-old female driver from Joplin suffered minor injuries. The passenger, a 23-month-old girl, was pronounced deceased at Freeman Neosho. And Joplin police are on the hunt for a man suspected of robbing a bank in Joplin. Around 11 a.m. Saturday morning, a man entered the Commerce Bank at 1820 East 20th and gave a note to the teller indicating to the teller he had a weapon. Captain Austin Wolf of the Joplin Police Department says the suspect left the bank with an undisclosed amount of money. Police are working to gather images from the bank security cameras. The suspect is described as a male with bushy curly brown hair wearing a dark colored hoodie and pants, and he has various tattoos. He was also wearing a red and white bandana as a mask. Now let's head over to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Well, temperatures are getting up there, already 70 degrees out in the Joplin area, 68 in Pittsburgh, but we've got mostly sunny skies to start our day. Now we are still wedged right in between these two low pressure systems. We've got one out in the east and one in the west. The westerly low is going to be what's driving our weather as we get into Tuesday. But first, we're going to enjoy one last warm and sunny day. Temperature is getting up to another couple of degrees, about 73 for the high. It is going to bring some afternoon clouds, but overall a really nice day. Now we're going to start to see some isolated showers and light scattered showers through mid-morning to late morning tomorrow. That's going to be on Tuesday. You can see kind of spikes there right around noon, and then we're going to see heavier rainfall once we get into the overnight hours, even some thunderstorms between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Tuesday night and into Wednesday. So you can see just after midnight, then dying down a little bit before we're going to see more scattered rain chances. That's going to continue Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday morning. But I'm going to have a full look forecast coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Well, the Pittsburgh community came together to celebrate Cinco de Mayo over the weekend. The event, hosted by Pittsburgh Hispanic Banda and Hispanics of Today, brought a mix of culture, music, and food to Southeast Kansas. Guests enjoyed 2 hours of live performances, including folkloric, showcasing the rich heritage behind the holiday. And Special Olympics hosted its very first free basketball camp for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. 3 high schools, Galena, Erie, and Pittsburgh, had volunteers step up to help with the event. Now, the sessions were designed to not only build important skills like teamwork, but also to let participants have fun and stay active.
Keeping the kids a smile on their face, helping them to understand that the goals that we set before them, they're able to reach them and continue just to be better people. Just being able not to be afraid to use your gifts and the abilities that God has given you to be able to pour into another, whether that be the youth, young adult or old, it doesn't really matter.
Well, some of the drills included coordination exercises and a dribbling relay. Around 30 kids showed up. KCU Joplin celebrated its 2025 graduating class yesterday morning at Missouri Southern's Leggett and Platt Athletic Center. Now, more than 150 graduates gathered early for photos and final moments together before walking into the auditorium to join family, friends, and faculty. KCU hopes their graduates will help shape the future of healthcare across the country.
Excited, relieved, so many emotions going on right now. It's been a long journey to get here. I mean, I started college back in 2017, and here we are, 2025. finally finishing up school for the last time. So it's been a long journey to get here, but I'm glad to be out in the world.
Nearly half of this year's graduating class will be entering primary care, helping to address a critical shortage of doctors across the country. Missouri State Treasurer Vivek Malik made a stop in Joplin this morning. Malik is on a tour throughout the state to spread awareness about the MOST 529 Education Savings Plan offered by the Treasurer's office. Now today, the Economic Security Corporation's Head Start program held an event for Malik to share the benefits of investing in an educational savings plan with Joplin residents.
It's a great way for parents and grandparents to put that money away, and which it grows over time, and also that growth in that account is federal and state tax dollar free, and save that money for your kids or grandkids' future and secure their future.
The Head Start program seeks to provide financial literacy classes to parents focusing on budgeting. Well, the movie industry is the next focus of President Trump's tariff threats. He said this weekend he'll impose tariffs on any movies made outside the U.S. Natalie Brandt has more.
The border.
On NBC's Meet the Press, President Trump said this about upholding the Constitution and due process as laid out in the 5th and 14th Amendments.
Your Secretary of State says everyone who's here, citizens and non-citizens, deserve due process. Do you agree, Mr. President?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Well, the 5th Amendment says
I don't know. It seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials.
The comments come as his administration faces court battles over its mass deportation action. Attorney Kathleen Bush Joseph is with the Migration Policy Institute.
Supreme Court justices have long held that the Constitution applies to people who are in the United States, including immigrants.
The president also said this weekend he wants to reopen and expand Alcatraz, the former notorious prison located off the coast of San Francisco. He says to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders, serving as a symbol of law. In what could be a new front of President Trump's tariff war, the president suggested the movie industry would be his next focus. In a social media post Sunday, the president said he's authorized the Department of Commerce and U.S. Trade Representative to slap a 100% tariff on all movies produced in foreign lands.
Other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry, and I'm saying if they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, and we should have a tariff. Industry experts say it's common for movie productions of all budgets to shoot both in the U.S. and other countries. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Today, the administration announced it will begin offering a $1,000 stipend to undocumented migrants who agree to self-deport to their home countries. And coming up, how veterans in Joplin are giving back for the annual Day of Service. And later, we're making shrimp chimichangas in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, Saturday was the annual VFW National Day of Service. In recognition of the day, VFW Post 534 helped clean the grave sites of those who have served our country at the Peace Church Cemetery. Following the cleanup, American flags were placed on the graves of the soldiers. The VFW National Day of Service offers veterans a chance to continue serving our country after their time in the military.
All of us are here to put remembrance on most of these gravestones, because even though we could be out doing whatever, most of us are here to give veterans that haven't had anyone around in a while.
Around 15 volunteers from the VFW and the Joplin JROTC came out to volunteer. An Oklahoma-based nonprofit is giving back to local veterans. KOAM's Mitch Adams takes us to Miami to learn more.
We just want to show a little bit of gratitude back to them that we live in a country where we're free to do things like this.
Veterans pay an ultimate sacrifice to keep our country free, oftentimes without appreciation. A nonprofit in Oklahoma named Flagpoles Honoring Our Veterans strives to show gratitude for those who served our nation.
We pay for everything out of pocket. Our motel room, our fuel, our lodging, whatever it is, we pay out of pocket, and we come up and do this. We're spending the whole weekend up here, and we're going to break a feat of 24 flagpoles in one day.
24 installations in one day is not an average day's work for the group, but showing appreciation for veterans in the area is something they feel a need to accomplish.
when we show up to them and shake their hand and tell them thank you, I like to give a welcome home to them. I had one man I said that to, and he burst into tears and said, that's the first time I've heard that since I returned home.
To this crew, it's not about the work you put in. It's about the feeling that comes out.
Seeing the look on their face and how it affects them, and it touches you. It does, and it makes everything worth the while.
Well, Flagpoles Honoring Our Veterans has honored more than 600 veterans since the group started in 2020. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
It's Cinco de Mayo, and we're celebrating it with a recipe that's going to make you want to shake your maracas.
And we're tracking upcoming spring showers tomorrow. I'll have those details right after this. Well, it was a fantastic weekend and a really warm, beautiful day today. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. We can check our current radar and see we are right wedged in between these two low pressure systems over the U.S. right now. One is causing some light rain showers out there in the east, northeast, and then the other one bringing thunderstorms. There were some severe thunderstorms yesterday down in Texas, but we are just still wedged right in between, causing us to have no clouds, no rain, nothing going on this weekend or today. So it's a pretty nice day today. We're going to have these fair weather clouds. You can see downtown Pittsburgh. Pretty sunny for the most part, but you can get these little cumulus clouds. It just shows that it is a beautiful spring day. Now we're going to have more clouds moving in the next couple of hours, so mid to late afternoon. Temperatures reaching about 73 degrees, but those clouds will start to go away as well. And then we're going to have clear skies as we head into this evening. However, clouds return by Tuesday morning because we are going to see some scattered showers tomorrow and Wednesday, though you can see we don't even have a low risk for severe weather. This is what I'd call just a classic spring showers. So we're heading into Tuesday morning. Temperatures dropping down to the low 50s. So overall, pretty mild morning. But you can see how we move into overcast skies throughout the morning and early afternoon. By midday, temperatures reaching low 70s, and then by about 1-2 p.m., we're going to start to see some of these lighter showers pushing in to the southwest. It's going to be in Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, and in Arkansas, and then heavier rainfall makes its way about 4 to 5 p.m. with thunderstorms actually moving in after midnight. You can see we're about 12:30 midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday. A little yellow area, so mostly south of I-44. We're going to start to see some thunderstorms moving in from Arkansas, so into Bella Vista, southwestern Missouri. Those are going to shift off towards Springfield, so out towards the east, and then we're left with, again, just those spring showers, light scattered showers throughout the afternoon on Wednesday and even into Wednesday night, bringing some more potential for thunderstorms, but non-severe thunderstorms. Those continue, though, well into Thursday as well. So this is 9:30 Thursday morning, starting the morning off with a little bit of rainfall, scattered to isolated showers that do start to push a little bit further south by Thursday evening and into Friday morning. So all our rain chances are out of here by Friday evening, but we could still see quite a bit. Now, most of us are going to see at least an inch of rain. Maybe a little bit less, but at least an inch of rain. Now, where we saw some of those heavier showers and heavier thunderstorms, again, mainly along and south of I-44, could see up to 2 to even 2.5 inches of rain, maybe even pushing up to 3 inches of rain in some of those very isolated spots. So we could see another flooding risk again south of I-44, but all of that will clear out by Friday morning, and we're back into a really wide ridge setup for the weekend and into Monday, which is going to warm our temperatures. Saturday's a bit average. We're sitting in the mid 70s. That's where we should be this time of year. But by Sunday, we're in the upper 70s and low 80s. And again, going to be very sunny. So we've got this nice summertime setup this weekend. And then we're going to have these pop-up storm chances as we get into midweek next week. Now, we're not quite out of severe weather season, of course. We are going to see another chance for that the following weekend. But this week and weekend, as of right now, don't see a severe threat. So, can't complain about that.
No, Saturday to Tuesday. Beautiful. Looks great.
Cannot wait for that.
2 weekends in a row.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's been nice.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, stick around. We're making shrimp chimichangas in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, if you don't have dinner plans tonight, you should try today's Mr. Food recipe. It's the perfect way to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Howard's sharing his recipe for shrimp chimichangas in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. This is one holiday, like the 4th of July, that you don't have to ask, what date does it fall on? Since Cinco de Mayo in Spanish means the 5th of May. But what you might get asked is, what are we having for dinner to celebrate it? Well, when you tell them shrimp chimichangas, they'll come running. I'll show you. After sauteing some frozen fried shrimp until they're crispy, we place them on a cutting board and chop them up so they're about the size of an almond. Now, we mix them with some thawed corn along with a bit of chopped cilantro. And since we started with frozen corn and shrimp, it makes it really weeknight friendly. After giving it a good mix, we spoon this into flour tortillas along with a generous amount of cheese. We fold them up in the shape of an envelope and put them on a cookie sheet, seam side down, and give them a spritz of cooking spray before popping them in the oven. While they're baking, you can whip up an easy cilantro avocado sauce to serve over them. Once you bite into these, you'll love how all the flavors come together. And according to all of our taste testers here, you could eat this sauce on practically anything. It's that good. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our shrimp chimichangas as a way to celebrate Cinco de Mayo or really any day. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which will be the 6th of May, for even more Ooh, It's So Good.
Well, as always, you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. All you have to do is head on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now let's take a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, we have some more showers rolling in tomorrow, though no severe threat. Rain is going to start around noon, maybe an hour earlier or so, but heavier rain starts to move in later in the evening with thunderstorms. However, we've got a really beautiful sunny day to get through today before we start to see those rain chances tomorrow.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Now, what do you have for us later on?
Well, lots coming up at 5. For starters, today is Melanoma Monday, a day to raise awareness for the deadliest form of skin cancer. Melanoma is treatable if caught early. We're going to have more on detecting the disease. Plus, paid sick leave in Missouri has gained support from the Supreme Court, but lawmakers are still working to overturn it. And the Frontenac Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a suspect in a drive-by shooting. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course, KOAM News at 5.
Dale, thanks, and that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.